자, 차륜 전차에 대한 이야기가 있습니다. 자, BTR-80A 발상의 전환. 자, 병력 수송 장갑 차량, 보병 전투 차량은 얼핏 보기에는 비슷해 보이지만 상당히 다른 역할을 합니다. 자, 병력 수송 차량 장갑차의 경우에는 병력 수송을 위해서 제작된 반면 보병 전투 차량은 병력의 수송은 물론 전투까지 수행할 수 있다. 서방의 설계자들이 종종 이 구분을 모호하게 하기도 하는데 소련에서는 그 경계가 명확히 구분된다. 중기관총이 탑재된 차륜형의 장비의 경우 병력 수송에만 투입되었으며 정규 규모의 탑재된 장비의 경우는 기갑 장비들을 상대하는 데에만 투입되었다. 이 구분은 발상의 전환이 이루어지는 BTR-80A가 등장하기 전까지 수십 년 동안 이어졌다. 봅시다. 자, 보병 전투 차량.
Armored personnel carriers and infantry fighting vehicles may seem alike at first glance, but their roles are quite different.
임무는 완전
APCs are
다르다.
built to carry troops, while IFVs are meant to fight alongside them. Western designers often blurred that distinction, but in the Soviet Union, the
결국은
line was drawn clearly.
MBT처럼 탱크가
For
뭐
infantry
중형,
support,
헤비,
the military
구축했다가 하나로
relied exclusively
통합되듯이
on tracked vehicles
다기능이
armed to
되는
take
거
on tanks
아닐까요?
and other armored targets. Wheeled vehicles with heavy machine guns were left with the job of troop transport. That separation held for decades, right up until the
보병
arrival
수송에만
of the
특화된 차량, 그렇지
BTR-80A,
않은 차량.
the first sign of a new way of thinking.
그 변환점.
The original BTR-80 was developed at the Gorky
1980
Automotive
년대
Plant,
나왔다.
or GAZ, in the 1980s, shaped by the lessons of recent conflicts. Fighting in Afghanistan had shown that existing
차륜 이야기
transports
나니까
lacked
최근에
durability,
어디서 봤는데
protection, and a
우리나라에서
reliable
만든
engine.
차륜
Soviet doctrine envisioned
차량이야,
BTRs as fast,
그게 어디
all-terrain,
팔렸다고 이야기
amphibious
나오더라고요.
transports. But drawn-out
몰래
wars demanded something sturdier.
엠바고 걸고
The design team at
사갔다더니.
GAZ decided to solve this riddle the hard way. They tried to solve those problems without abandoning the concept of a lightweight,
그 중동
amphibious
어딘가에서.
vehicle. The BTR-80 received a newly designed hull
사우디나 이런 거
with
같아요.
slightly better protection than its predecessors, along with a new power plant. A single diesel engine replacing the old twin carburetors. Engineers extended its range, made the engine easier to access, added a rear door for quicker troop deployment, and introduced new firing ports. The result was a vehicle that surpassed earlier models in many respects, though it retained its low weight and boat-like hull. The most important upgrade, however, came later, after the Soviet Union collapsed. The BTR-80A swapped out its heavy machine gun for a 30mm 2A72 autocannon,
예,
the same
BTR.
weapon carried by the BMP-3. With that change, Soviet
자, BMP-3
APCs began closing the gap with IFVs,
V2M
at
정말
least in
재밌게
terms of
탔었는데
firepower,
30mm
if
기가
not armor.
막힙니다. 그거 같은 거니까.
As a landmark of Soviet and Russian engineering, the BTR-80A also makes its appearance in War Thunder. Players can find it in both the Soviet and Italian research trees, the latter representing an export version built for Hungary that differs only in appearance. In-game, the BTR-80 isn't the
여러분,
fastest ride compared to its
워선더
peers.
본사가
It can
헝가리에
reach
있다던데.
87 kilometers an
아세요,
hour,
여러분들?
but only on
어디서
paved
들었습니다.
roads.
야,
On city
87km.
maps, it can still grab an early position, though lightweight vehicles from other nations,
최근에
like
100km
Germany's
내려가서
Luch
나왔으니까.
and Wiesel
빠르네,
or
이거.
Italy's R3, can sometimes beat it there. When rushing forward, always plan a fallback route, whether
제일
that
빠를
means
것
a
같은 애가
secondary
하나
position
끼어있네.
to retreat to, or a way to deal with whoever comes after you. The BTR-80A's
차륜
autocannon
가지고
packs a solid
뭐냐,
punch for a vehicle of its rank.
경주대 이런 거 만들어도 되겠다.
Its sub-caliber rounds can reliably pierce the side armor of tanks like the M48, Leopard, or AMX-30 at medium range. But it's not a good idea to go head-to-head with modern MBTs.
경전이 저렇게 제
Even
자국
a Leopard's
그
frontal
MBT
armor will be a
만나면
tough nut to crack.
쏘기
Lighter
애매하면
vehicles are
주포부터
less of
날리면
a
됩니다.
threat.
주포
The real danger comes from
터뜨리고
other autocannon
그다음에
armed
옆구리 그
vehicles,
트랙 날리고
with survival
옆구리
often
돌아가서
depending
까면
on
돼요.
who fires first.
그렇죠. 주포 까는 거 보세요.
When engaging enemies from different eras, you'll need to employ different tactics. World War II and early post-war tanks are heavily armored against autocannon fire, but are on the slower side. Against them, the best approach is to cripple them by
시대가
disabling their tracks
변하면서
and gun
중갑에서
first.
점점
You
기동력이
still need to be careful though,
우선시됐다.
as some of them are equipped with
넘어갑니다.
AA machine guns that can sometimes punch through your armor.
그렇죠. 대공포가 탱크를 잡죠.
Mid-Cold War vehicles are more vulnerable. Flanking fire from medium range is usually enough to take out Leopards, OF-40s, and similar tanks in a single burst. If not, a controlled sweep from the front of the hull to the rear can knock out both the driver and engine. Your autocannon is also very effective against lighter vehicles like IFVs or recoilless SPGs, and it can even bring down sluggish helicopters. Fast-moving aircraft are another matter, not for lack of firepower, but
실제로도
because of the gun's
우크라이나에서
limited traverse
경전이
and
저거 잡은 거
elevation speed.
있잖아요.
Drawing the
러시아의
attention of
MBT라고.
well-armed planes,
브래들리가.
especially ground attack aircraft, is best avoided.
그리고 거기서 웃긴
Another
게
job the
썬더에서 했던
BTR-80
걸
handles well
써먹었다
is
이랬던 것
capturing
같은데.
points. It is a light vehicle after all. On maps with decent
오래된
roads, it can
이야기다.
reach key areas quickly and delay attackers, for instance, by taking out their tracks. Retreats are manageable too, thanks to its smoke launching system, even if the reverse speed and maneuverability of the
연막
vehicle
중요하죠.
lag behind many rivals.
근데 중요한 순간에 아군이 연막 가가지고 내
The
시야 가리면
BTR-80 is a
짜증나죠.
hallmark of Soviet design philosophy, a vehicle well suited to players who favor agility and foresight. In real life, it remains one of the most widely used APCs in the world, serving in the armed forces of more than 20 countries. What tactics do you use with this vehicle? Share your tips in the comments down below.
제 최경전은 저겁니다. 군폭대 좋더라고요. 끝.